Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. I am off work this entire week until next Thursday. So I am at home making YouTube videos, getting ready to start my new year. Yay, I'm so excited. I am actually doing a no spend challenge for 2020 next year, and I think a lot of people um, would be scared of that, but I'm really excited because I've already kind of started doing it. Um, I've been on what I call a budget diet for the last few months and kind of very similar. So, yeah, and it's actually really helped. And it actually is really great to kind of like dive deeper into the root of the problem. Um, as I say in my little welcome video, I am a recovering shopaholic. I used to go shopping all the time. Literally, I would get my paycheck and I would go shopping. I worked in Beverly Hills, so I was like right next to Rodeo Drive, and I would just go to town and buy like purses and wallets and like just stupid things that it really didn't need. That was in my early 20s. I no longer shop that way. I have a new outlook on shopping and things and materialistic things. I have a better relationship with things. Like, I buy things that I need and things that I want. I really take a look at, like, can I afford this? If it's something that literally, like, I'm gonna miss paying a bill over like a $300 purse, or like, making a car payment or something, like, I have a better relationship with like analyzing that and knowing that if you can't afford it, you shouldn't be putting that in your basket for checkout. Um, but anyway, so the no spend year challenge is basically you make a budget and you make a list of like all of the wants and needs, and your needs are like um, rent or a mortgage payment, car payment, anything and everything that would affect your credit. So like that needs to get paid immediately first. Um, and like, it can be miscellaneous things like um, toothpaste, shampoo, um, just basic necessities that we need in life. It's definitely not what people think is like no spend year, like you can't spend any money on anything. Like, that's obviously not realistic. And the point of this challenge, I mean, there's so much that you'll actually learn from it. Um, but the point is to just really start to get a better understanding of your finances and your financial situation, and how you can improve. Um, so it's definitely not something like a punishment thing. Like, you can't buy any Starbucks lattes, or you can't go out to eat ever with your friends for the whole year. Like, it's not supposed to be like this scary, horrible thing. It's supposed to be like a really enlightening, really good thing. But yeah, so basically what you do is you make a budget. So I made a budget of all of my basic needs. Um, some things like I honestly don't know how much I spent on. Like, well, I guess I could take a guess on how much I spent on shampoo. And like things like that, like toiletries. It's just me. I live with a roommate, but like I just buy stuff for myself. So, and then I have two cats, so like pet food and cat litter and stuff like that. But so, if you have a household of more people, then you're going to obviously calculate a different way. But for me, just one person, I will just, you know, I think I maybe buy, I think last year or this year, I think I probably bought shampoo like once. But I buy really, like the really big bottles. Um, and I think it's like Pantene or something. But honestly, I've gotten a lot of free samples this year, um, just randomly. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But I mean, I could maybe factor in like, okay, I buy shampoo and conditioner like twice this year or whatever. And then, I mean, there's obviously some really expensive shampoos. Somewhere I used to get my hair done, it was like $90 for a bottle of shampoo and conditioner. Like, obviously, I'm not about that life right now. And I've never bought shampoo or conditioner from there because I was like, oh, it's just way too much money. So yeah, like stuff like that. Like, okay, maybe like $12 per bottle. But you can kind of take a guess, and obviously, like, set your budget, and that will adjust. And you can. There's a. I should share a link with you, like this budget that I use. It's like actual amount spent, or the budget and in one column, and then actual amount spent in the other column. So, and for me, I'm a visual person, and just leaving things in my computer, I had to really get in the habit of like, okay, it's the end of the week or the end of the month. Now I need to go through my expenses. If you treat it like it's an appointment, I treat it like, okay, this is just something like going to the dentist or going to the doctor. Like, it's just getting your taxes done. It's just something that you have to do at that. And you can set it whenever you want. If you're really ambitious and you want to do it every day or every once a week, like on a Friday or on the weekend, and just go through all of your receipts and, you know, calculate how much you actually spent, you can do it like that. Or if you're like, I don't have the time, I'm gonna have to just do this like once a month or maybe even every couple months. I really strongly recommend to just make the time to do it at least every couple months, so you don't end up having to do it all at once right before tax time, because I've been there and it's so annoying. And anyone else who's like, yep, been there, it's very stressful and overwhelming. So yes, you'll go through your budget, and you know, whatever, 2,000 for rent, my car payment's $200, blah blah blah, and you'll add all that up, and then you'll do that for like all the little like toiletries, like toilet paper, if you get paper towels, like, you know, things like that. And you can replenish things. It's like replenishables. Like if you're out of paprika or whatever, like you can replace that. It's not like you can't buy anything ever. But it's just, don't have like, I don't buy in bulk. And I know a lot of people, like, especially if you have a larger family, like, it's good to buy in bulk sometimes if you're gonna go through that a lot. But for me, I'm just one person. I don't have the space to hold a bunch of, like, I don't have a lot of storage space in this apartment. So I don't have a lot of space to, like even just buying, I bought like a 12 roll pack of toilet paper, and I barely have any room to like fit it. So now I kind of like, okay, and I don't go through, like, it's just me. Like, I don't go through a ton of toilet paper. And like, if you think about it, I work full time, so I'm spending 40 hours of my week somewhere else. So like, I'm not using a ton of toilet paper like at home. So it's just like you start to become more aware of like how much stuff you're using and how much you go through, and it's really helpful for your budget. Anyway, so now I'm gonna start buying like just like a 4-pack or even a 2-pack or whatever at like the dollar store of toilet paper. I'm not super bougie, like, it's a butt. I just need to wipe clean and I'm good. Like, I don't need fancy schmancy toilet paper, whatever. Like, as long as it gets the job done and I don't get a rash, like, I'm good. There's other things I'd rather spend my money on, like a really nice toothpaste, so I'm too fresh. Anyway, so you'll go through that. And things that you want but don't necessarily need, such as restaurants, movie tickets, things of an entertainment nature. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do fun things, but like for me, I'd rather take out all those little fun things and save up all that money and do one big fun thing. So like kind of a big reason why I'm doing this challenge for next year is that I want to go on like 2 or 3 really big trips. There's one trip that I really want to take. It's in October in Mexico, and it's like this amazing life experience. It's like a scuba diving, like you swim with sharks kind of a thing, and it's super cool, and like I think it's a week long, and it's really expensive. So for me, that's my motivation whenever I'm like, ooh, I want to go to the movies. Well, okay, let's analyze how much it is to go to the movies. I mean, even if it's just me taking myself on a date, like that's like a $20 ticket just to see the movie. And then if you want any snacks, I either have to like, you know, try to sneak some in or whatever. Or if I get them there, like popcorn's like, I don't know, $10. It's really expensive to go anywhere. Like, and then if you go somewhere, you have to pay for parking or valet. It all starts adding up and adding up. So every time that I think, like, oh, I'm gonna go to a movie or I'm gonna do this, it's like, do you want to do that, or that's gonna last like, you know, it's like an hour and a half long movie, or do you want to, you just wait till it comes out on, you know, I was gonna say Redbox. Oh, do you want to wait until it's out on Netflix or whatever and just watch it later? Do you have to see it now, or, you know, do you want to go to Mexico? Like, Mexico will always win. Like, it doesn't matter like how cool anything is right now. Like, I've never been to Mexico, so this trip would like really be epic on a whole nother level for me. So so that's my motivation. And for you, it could be, you know, it could be anything. Like, another one of my motivations is buying a house. It could be you want to buy a house, you want to save up to go back to school, and you don't want to, you know, take out a student loan, so you want to save up a bunch of money to be able to pay out of pocket. There's just, I mean, you want to move to, you want to buy like a nice furniture set. Like, there could be whatever your motivation is. Like, use that as fuel every time a thought creeps in your head of like, oh, I want to go do this. Is it really worth it? Like, that's taking money out of the budget for the bigger picture. And I'm going to have videos on like bigger picture and like, well, just, I have a lot of videos coming up with a lot of things that dive deeper, because we don't have good relationships with money for a reason. And I'll get into that in another video, but it's really hard, like, especially if you don't grow up with money, or you grow up, maybe you even grow up with a lot of money. And I've seen it both ways, where you grow up really poor, or like just don't have a lot of money, or like I grew up middle class, so it's like we weren't poor, but we definitely weren't rich, and I wasn't able to like just get whatever I want, and sometimes it's even a struggle for mom to pay for my soccer lessons, or, you know, just whatever. Like, soccer lessons aren't necessarily like a need, but when you're a kid, like, try telling that to a child. So, but yeah, anyway, I totally digress. Back to the no spend challenge. So my challenge, I kind of already started it. like, I mean, not as strict. Like, I do really want to be strict. You don't have to be super strict with yourself. It's totally like, it's up to you and your budget and what you know you can afford. Like, you know you can afford something. And honestly, like, if you are struggling with, like, I've done my budget, I really don't understand, like, what I can afford and can't, like, drop a comment below. Um, you know, I'll help you. Like, I'll help you work through this, because this is something that I'm really passionate about. I firmly believe that it's not fair that, like, people don't know enough about money when this country, if you're in America, like, this country is, like, so set on money, and, like, money's, like, what makes this country go round. Like, so yeah, like, just, I'm trying to build a community to help people learn about money and how to manage their finances. And so, yeah. And also, if you have any questions about the No Spend Challenge, I know I kind of trailed off on a, tangent, whatever, but, in summary, you'll create a budget of your needs, like your basic necessities, and then wants are in a separate category, and then I think that you should just be more strict with yourself if you really want to start making noticeable changes in your bank account. Like, you want to start saving more money, or just paying off debt, like, whatever your goals are with this money, saving up for a vacation, saving up for whatever, and then you can kind of, adjust things as needed. Like, oh, like, maybe I thought I wouldn't need this as much as, I do, or, like, I need to add in haircuts, even though it's like, is that a want or a need? Like, there's some things that are, like, kind of that gray area, but that's totally up to you. And, like, don't, when I say be strict, I'm more so talking about things that are, like, you don't need that $1,000 Gucci purse. Like, don't put that on your credit card, because, well, there's a whole lot of whatever with that. But yeah, just, like, every time you want that latte, okay, it's like a $8 latte, whatever. Like, that's $8 that could go into your savings account, or, just put it away in savings. Like, you don't need a latte. Like, it's great, it's nice, but you can also, like, just buy a Keurig and make lattes at home, and then it's, like, the gift that keeps on giving. But anyway, yeah. If this video was helpful, please hit the like button. I want to hear back from you guys. If you are liking what I'm posting, please let me know. Leave a comment. If you're not liking what I'm saying, like, whatever, I want to hear from you. But yeah, and if you are interested in learning more about getting out of debt and getting out of, getting into financial wellness, hit the subscribe button. I'll be posting videos twice a week, and let me know if you have any specific topics that you'd like to discuss, and I'll see you later.